week we'll be reviewing Modern Warfare 2 and ponying many noobs online. We'll be blowing more things up in Ballad of Gay Tony, and you can win yourself a download for James Cameron's Avatar the game. But first, let's talk about Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 is awesome. Now the single player is not that long, it'll take you about 5 hours to finish, but the multiplayer is the most dominating experience you'll ever have. And while the single player is very thrilling, it won't take you that long. A normal playthrough will take you about 5 hours, and a veteran will take you about 6.5. But this isn't really a bad thing because the action never stops and it never stops getting boring. After you finish with that, there's a new Spec Ops mode, which will have you taking on missions with partner. And there's also multiplayer, which is ever evolving and ever growing. There's been a substantial graphical leap since the previous installment, and everything just looks much more natural than it did in COD4. However, with that said, there are still a few bung moments where there are frame rate drops and many odd textures. Probably the coolest new thing in this game is all the new weapons and equipment you'll be getting. You'll be getting thermal sights, auto shotguns, silent shotguns, and riot shields. And my personal favourite, dual wielding. Now you can dual wield pistols, some shotguns, and some machine guns. Although be warned, you can't aim down the sights, which can really help change up the game. The single player is very cinematic, and it feels like a highlight reel of Mission Impossible and many of the Resident Evil style sections where there won't much equipment, or the world will just seem like it's in despair. There's even one very infamous level where you walk through an airport killing civilians, and this isn't really the best thing to do, but it does help tell a very important story. In short, Modern Warfare 2 is a very good package, so I recommend buying it. The Ballad of Gay Tony is by far the best of the GTA 4 saga. It brings many colourful new characters, dancing, and many new things to do, and the most over-the-top missions you've ever seen in GTA game. Period. The new over-the-top missions work very well, but one problem is that some of the over-the-top missions involve helicopters, and if you've ever played GTA 4, you know that helicopters are an issue, and it requires you to have about 20 hands and about 50,000 controllers. However, there is a plus side to this. Base jumping. It's very fun and it looks much better than it did in San Andreas. And online you can have base jumping competitions with all your friends to get record times, which are then stored on the Rockstar Games social club, similar to Bungie.net. Now, while there are no new multiplayer modes in this game, they're all improved over GTA 4, and many have been tweaked and refined to fit the new gameplay style. For example, multiplayer deathmatches now take place in arenas, and the cars have been given nitrous online, which makes the races a lot more quicker and a lot more harder to get through. And there's also moments in the game where you have to do triathlons in single player mode. Now these involve you controlling 3 different vehicles in a big race around the city, and are very fun but also very hectic. Although these challenges aren't very hard and you don't really get massive rewards from them, although they are very fun and very rewarding as a player. Now, one of the things I'd like to point out in this game is this guy, Yusuf Amir. He's an absolute classic character. He's a rich Arab with lots of money who's always trying to impress his father. He has a gold phone, a gold car, a gold Uzi, a gold chopper, and a gold model of the city in his apartment. Now, he's only one of the new characters in the game, and they're all very entertaining, although some of the character models look very, very bad. Because, well, they don't look bad, they just haven't improved since GTA 4, and that game came out last year, and there's been a lot of better graphics since then. A great new addition to the game is the mission scoring system, and if you don't get 100% first try, you can now bring up your phone and replay the missions, and this certainly helps relive those classic moments in the choppers or in the awesome base jumping moments, or just those moments where Luis throws a guy for building. They're very fun, they're very entertaining, and they're very good to replay. The game also introduces 3 new clubs: Mason at 9, which you can manage, Hercules, Tony's gay club, and Bahama Mamas, which unfortunately only appears in multiplayer and in one mission in single player. But once again, taking you back to do missions the second time around means that you can spend as much time in this one as you like. In the club you can drink, do champagne drink-offs, and also dance, which is very fun, and if you dance perfectly with a lady, you can start a group dance, which also nets you an achievement if you do it at both Masonette and her. The Ballad of Gay Tony is one of the best games I've played all year, and I'd highly recommend picking it up if you have GTA 4. If you don't have GTA 4, I'd recommend picking up the Grand Theft Auto episodes from Liberty City disc, as both the expansions, the Ballad of Gay Tony and the Lost in Dan, provide many hours for the great value. As it's the debut of the show, I thought I'd give you guys a competition. If you've just picked up James Cameron's Avatar the game and want a new skin, be the first to tell me that in the comments box and I'll give you a code for a free download. Although be warned that you can't use this code twice, so careful what profile you use it on.